Hello, welcome everyone. Today we are doing mock questions. See, definitely it's exam time. Suppose if you are not well prepared with your exam but still you want to improve your grades, so definitely this series of mock questions will definitely going to help you because these are the limited number of questions. First of all, the important thing is these are limited number of questions. Second thing is, even if you don't know any background, it's gonna help you. You will be able to understand. I'll try my best to clear it even though you're not aware of the past or the basic concepts. And third is, because you don't have much time, you have many subjects, and as I told you, these are the limited questions. So I can tell you that even if you go through these smaller questions, just see my video, then after that revise it, and that's it. If you understand these questions, you'll be able to score better in your exam. Wherever you are right now, it would be quite better. You will be able to improve your grades. So these end time videos are definitely gonna help you. So let me start with the question number 1. It says, calculate the vertical distance covered by an object if a man has thrown it from rest into air and it gained a speed of 20 meters per second. If you have to describe the motion or find any missing parameter of the motion, that is displacement, acceleration, time, and if you're clueless, always go for three equations of motion. This question is telling you about it gained a speed of 20 meters per second, started from rest, and you have to find vertical distance. It seems little difficult, but always go for three equations of motion, which is v is equals to u plus at. That will be in your formula sheet. S is equals to ut plus half at squared, and v squared is equals to u squared plus 2as. Now let me see what these uvs are. V is always final velocity, u is initial velocity, s is displacement, and they all should be in their standard units. That means meters per second, meters per second, meters, and t time in seconds. Now we have to calculate vertical distance. Vertical distance, that means the acceleration will be g, acceleration due to gravity. So out of these three equations of motion, I have to first write down what all parameters are given in this question. It says we have to find the vertical distance, whether it's a horizontal distance or vertical distance. S represents that value. That means we have to find S. If a man has thrown that object from rest that means your initial velocity is 0, into the air, and it gained a speed or the final velocity as 20 meters per second. So v is 20 meters per second. Now you have to find, or you have to look for that particular you can say, and also acceleration. Here acceleration is g. When something's in downward direction, your acceleration is equals to g. So that is given. You can take 10 or you can say take 9.8. It depends. You can pick any value until unless this value is mentioned in the question. You can pick either 10 or you can take 9.8. It will be 10 Newton per kg or meter per second squared. It has both units. Now I have to look out for that equation of motion out of these three which has S, U, V and A in it. S, U, V and A is only in this equation clearly, because other two has time in it. So the equation which is independent of the time is the third one. So I'll apply v squared is equals to u squared plus 2as, and instead I can write 2gs. Then v squared is 20 whole squared. This is u. And g, because it's covering downwards, your displacement is in the direction of the gravity, so you will take plus. Always a vector shows the sign. If you are throwing downwards, it will be positive because gravity pulls you downward and the object is also in downward, so it will be, they both are in same direction, so you have to take positive. Whereas suppose if you throw it upwards but gravity is pulling you downward, So the displacement towards upward, because it's opposite to gravity, you have to take it negative. So this is positive, plus 2g is 10, and we have to calculate displacement, which is 400 is 20 s. From here I can say displacement be 20 meters. So I can say that it will cover a distance of 20 meters when it's thrown from a height. Now question number 2. A body has covered 4 kilometers in 20 minutes, next 5 kilometers in 25 minutes, last 6 kilometers in 40 minutes. Calculate its average speed. So don't find the speeds and then take the average. Average speed formula is total distance covered by the object over total time taken by the object. So total distance covered is 4 kilometer plus 5 kilometer plus 6 kilometer. So 4 plus 5 plus 6. As I told you, it should be in standard units, and they already mentioned it should be in meters per second. So let it be as of now in kilometer minutes. We'll convert into later meters per second. So total time will be 20 minutes plus 25 minutes plus 40 minutes. So this will be 15. This will be 85. Cancelling out 3, and this will be 17. Now answer will be, this is in kilometer per minute, which is definitely not a unit. We have to convert into meters per second. So how many meters are in 1 kilometer? 1000. So if it's 3 above, we have written that distance in kilometers, so it will be 3 into 1000. I can convert it into meters, and 70 is in minutes, so I'll convert into seconds by multiplying it with 60. So 17 into 60, cancelling out this 2, and finally 50. So I can say 50 over 17 meters per second, or you can convert it into decimal. It's on you. Now question number 3. Now this question says, a body has covered a distance of 5 km with a speed of 50 km per hour. Next 10 km was covered with a speed of 80 km per hour, and final 20 km with a speed of 60 km per hour. Calculates its average speed. Now again, don't do this mistake. 50 plus 80 plus 60 divided by 3, it's not going to give you average speed. It will be, you have to apply same formula. Average speed is total distance covered over total time taken. That means we have the distance, but we need to calculate the time. So we know that distance over time is equals to speed. So if we want to calculate time, time is distance over speed. So time 1 will be, we have to calculate how much time was taken to cover a distance of 5 km with a speed of 50. So it will be 5 over 50. That is 1 over 10 is the time taken. It's in hour. For T2, distance was covered 10 and speed was 80. So 1 over 8. For T3, distance covered was 20 with a speed of 60. So it will be 1 over 3. So total distance is 5 plus 10 plus 20. That means 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 20 kilometers. And total time taken will be 1 over 10 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 3. This is 35, and you will get an LCM of 2410. This will be 120. So you can say 12 plus here it will be 15, and this will be 40. So that's equals to 35 over 67 over 120, or 135 into 120 over 67, which will give you, this will be 62.69 kilometer per hour is the average speed. Now moving on to the next one. A body has velocity of 2 meters per second when it is moved from A to B, has a velocity of 6 meters per second when it's moved from B to C, and has a velocity of 12 meters per second when it moved from C to D. Calculate the average velocity. See, there is no separate information of displacement and time, so we are assuming that it's moving with a constant acceleration, and if it's so we'll use the formula average is equals to initial plus final velocity over 2. Initially it started with D and ended its journey with 12 over 2, that is 7 meters per second. Now next, a body of mass 10 kg started its journey from rest and traveled a distance of 10 meters in 5 seconds. Calculate the force exerting on a body. Mostly we move in the reverse order. That means they are asking you to calculate force. Force we know is mass times acceleration. Mass we have, which is 10 kg. Question is we have to calculate acceleration. If you look into the data that's given, let me see what is given. We have mass 10 kg. The journey started from rest. Whenever you see the journey started with rest, a body started with rest, that means initial velocity is 0. So u is 0. Traveled a distance of 10 meter, s is 10, and time is 5. Now we have to calculate acceleration. To calculate acceleration, the equation which has initial velocity, displacement, time is none other than s is equals to ut plus half at squared. You don't worry, you need not to worry about the final velocity. So displacement is 10, initial velocity is 0, half times a times time is 5 squared. It's 20 over 25, which is 4 over 5 meters per second squared. If acceleration is 4 over 5, now force will be F is equals to mass times acceleration. Mass is 10 and acceleration is 4 over 5. It's 8 newtons. So we can say the force exerting on the body is 8 newtons. So remaining question we'll be doing in part 2, and that's it for today. And also I'm running GCSE crash course classes, and even if you want to enroll for one-on-one classes as well, just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com. So that's it for today. Thank you. Have a great day.